So I feel that Jennifer Lopez's downfall is actually greater than what we ever could have anticipated, because the way that it is reflecting on her ticket sales is it's laughable. Aside from her being present at the Hunger Games yesterday, she hasn't, yeah, nothing's really been going on, but she has been trying to flog the tickets, and the tickets are just simply not selling. And we knew that they weren't selling because she quickly went from it being This Is Me tour, which is basically trying to encapture her new album slash mini movie thingamajiggy that has been going on. Then tried to promote this. No one was really having it, so she then swiftly changed it to This Is Me ... greatest hits. Every artist gets to a point where they will only perform their greatest hits, and I don't think Jenny from the block herself was expecting that time to be now, but here we are, and she is struggling. First day or two she managed to sell quite a lot, and then since then, because her image has just gone drastically down the drain, nobody wants a part of it. At the minute, I've turned really quite anti-celeb, and by that I mean I really enjoy the gossip about like the scandalous things that go on, but I'm really well and truly sick and tired of celebrities sort of parading around, treating everyone like crap, being so out of touch with reality that the top 1% just looking down and having things like the Met Gala, which I do hate to bring up, but it just really shows just how out of touch these people are when that money could be going to such better causes. The idea that there are these ultra rich celebrities who don't really do a hell of a lot for other people, treat people awfully, I'm quite happy to watch their downfall.
All on purpose to look over there. Take it. Here's your spoon of money. Don't you guys love money? Do you guys love pretty things? Look at the pretty things. And I think like yes, there'll be references to the Hunger Games, the Capitol. Just the sheer lack of humanity when it comes to events like these. And don't get me wrong, I'm the first one to look at the outfits, try to break down the cultural significance of the outfits, of the designs, of people trying to place Easter eggs and trying to like make a statement, make a stance. But at the same time, it's like those people, it's the people wearing pins and doing whatever. It's you have the power, you have the leverage, you have the ability, you have the access to do something, to say something, to stand up, to break the fight against the status quo, and at risk of what? Not being invited next year?
And Jennifer Lopez is definitely one of them, because over the past month, we've seen people come out telling us the horrendous stories that they had serving Jennifer or working alongside her. So many people have come out and just said she is an out and out not very nice person and she treats her staff like crap. I'm happy with the fact that we're able to see a downfall of some of these people who do not deserve to be where they are, especially if they don't bloody sing half of their songs. Like I said about the Met Gala slash Hunger Games, which I keep on seeing people calling it, and I kind of love it. She's actually a co-chair or whatever the hell that means, but little did I know, little did my little tiny brain not realize where the majority of the money is coming from when they're saying that it's like a fundraiser for the Metropolitan Arts Museum. Is this what it is? I'm not a fashionista. I didn't realize that every single celebrity, even if they're invited, has to pay $75,000 to be in attendance. Can we just like let that marinate into our brains for a second? $75,000, which by the way is £60,000. British pounds. So I do want to get onto that and get onto what the hell she was wearing, because I swear on my life, I have seen her wear this before. She only ever wears this. This is literally her thing. And then you then have people like eating it up, and I'm like, mate, she literally wears this all the time. Whatever, maybe I'm just like a bit of Nelly. This is from the Daily Fail, by the way, but whatever, we're just gonna go through it because I feel like every other mainstream news outlet is just singing her praises and kissing her ass about the dress that she wore and about like, wow, her abs look so good through this thing, and it's like, oh my god, get better writers. So Jennifer Lopez is still struggling to sell tickets just 1 month before This Is Me new tour kicks off, as insiders claim she looked to Taylor Swift and Madonna for inspiration. She was probably expecting it to be like a bit like Madonna is like her last thing, and her things have sold out, but she's Madonna, and Taylor Swift, who is like a current artist. I mean, I know she's been around for a little while, but she's still making music, and she sings her own songs at least. Jennifer Lopez may have rebranded her This Is Me live tour, which is now the greatest hits, but even with a new emphasis on her greatest hit, she appears to still be struggling to shift tickets. The Jenny from the Block singer is hitting the road next month with a string of dates across North America in support of her 9th studio album, This Is Me Now. I couldn't even tell you what the other albums were. I only know maybe about 10 of her songs. You have 9 studio albums and what? With only a matter of weeks to go, Lopez, who will co-chair this year's Met Gala next week, is facing a worrying lack of sales with blocks of seating still available at multiple venues. So it's not just the fact that like a few, and we're going to see some diagrams in a minute, it's not the fact that just like a few spaces need filling. Whole blocks actually near the stage. Performances in Denver, Colorado, Tulsa, Oklahoma are particularly bad, with row upon row of seats, while swathes of resale tickets also on offer for the opening night in Orlando, Florida. Despite selling the majority of tickets for the first nights, numbers are abysmal for the second. 17th of August, the closing night of the tour, with large numbers of seats still available. VIP packages for the gig, which range in price from $651 to $4,198, are also proving difficult to shift. Who's doing it? Other acts for the summer who are playing: Neil Horton and Billy Joel, who are close to selling out, while Pearl Jam has sold out 2 back-to-back shows in September. So it's not even like the venues, it's nothing to do with that, it's literally the fact that her popularity is so bad and people do not like her anymore. And then you then have all of these little diagrams, so many empty seats. Sorry, I didn't even like give you a key or anything. Basically, all of the blue is unfilled seats. So as you can see, it's looking pretty damn batchy. It's not looking good. There's a hell of a lot of free spaces kind of around where she is. Like, look at this one. This one is actually appalling. This one is like one of the worst, but I think it actually gets slightly worse than this. There is one that is slightly worse. Yeah, this one. Just look at that. I mean, you're basically just performing to no. I do understand there are still quite a few spaces that will be filled, but you're basically just performing to empty spaces. You're just gonna have like a little crack. Like, there's not even that many people below you. I don't know. I would be really surprised if she continues. Like, this one is looking a lot better, but I'd be really surprised if she still continues to keep on these dates. Now, I will say that she has managed to nearly fill a couple of her ones. I think in her hometown and Jersey, I'm pretty sure she has managed to fill some seats. I'll leave that up here. But all in all, I would not want to be performing to that many, like, to an empty crowd. The actual album in itself didn't do well. It failed to reach the top 50 on the UK album chart, entering at a dismal 55. I think that she's just got to understand that nobody even cares about her greatest hits, let alone like her latest stuff. I honestly believe that if she hadn't have gone down the garden path of being just a horrendous human being, and then other people amplifying it, on top of that, doing what she's done, or she's just proving herself to be so out of touch with reality. If she hadn't have done any of that, maybe us mere mortals who are just begging for a little shrapnel off of her would have actually been in attendance. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm feeling a little bit agitated at the minute with just sort of celebrity culture and what is going on. For instance, right, so she's been like a co-host or whatever the hell that is meaning at the Met Gala, and I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen the looks. If I'm gonna be pushed to answer who my favorite dressed is, it would probably be Tyler. It was like an actual like model. They actually took like a model or whatever of her actual figure and then made this sand sculpture to go around it, and I thought that was ultra cool, and she carried a little sand thing. I had absolutely zero idea that the celebrities had to pay $75,000 just to attend in this Vanity Fair. It just gives me the ick. And I'm not to say that like the arts don't deserve money, that's not what I'm trying to say, but the whole idea where quite a lot of these celebrities are going, like, for real, is it really to do with the fashion? Is it really to do with the fashion, or is it just to do with the fact that it's going to be televised and you're going to be able to like prance around with all the other celebrities and get like an exclusive dinner and stuff? Under the impression that it was a kind of like a fundraiser in the way that you can then donate money, but oh no, I reckon a bulk of this money, aside from like the publicity and the televised nature of it, I reckon a lot of it just comes from the fact that celebs are willing to pay to actually get in there.
Oh my god, the Met Gala's tonight. Did you see Jenny's dress? Doesn't even fit the theme. Who the fuck cares? Okay, who cares? Who cares that a celebrity's dress does not fit the theme? Who cares? I am all for supporting the arts and creatives, but it's becoming more and more clear that the current structure and concept of Hollywood is meant to distract and placate the masses from reality. And the powers that be thrive off the fact that a lot of people would rather focus on outfits and dresses and what celebrities wear to these events versus, God forbid, we come on this app and talk about what's happening in Rafah. Like, forget about the innocent men, women, children being bombed on with weapons from our tax dollars. Why talk about that when we can talk about outfits? And at what point as a society do we stop putting celebrities on a pedestal? Because at the end of the day, they're just doing their jobs for a paycheck. Because clearly an actress will spend years of her life portraying a revolutionary fighting against an oppressive regime, and it did nothing for her critical thinking skills. And if this video makes you mad, ask yourself why you're more concerned with protecting the reputation of pop culture versus the livelihood of actual human beings and your tax dollars and your rights. Like, we need to stop picking and choosing what aspects of humanity matter to us and which ones don't. That's literally crazy.
Which makes even more sense when you have people such as Angelina Jolie, for instance. I don't think she's ever attended a Met Gala. You have people like that who try and help and try and do good for the world. Like, she has that whole entire foundation that's set up. And there's like a slew of others. Say that some of the celebrities who you would expect to go to don't want to be a part of it. And I think that just tells you something. And I'm sure there are celebrities there who do donate and have their own little things. But I'm just saying, a majority of the celebrities that are going there, it's like a Hunger Game type situation, and I'm really sorry. Each year, the guest list is approved by Vogue editor-in-chief Anna Wintour, which I already knew, but attendance isn't based solely on an invitation. There's also a hefty entry fee. Time reported that individual tickets for 2024's Met Gala, which is a fundraiser for the Metropolitan Museum of Art's Costume Institute, cost $75,000, up from $50,000 in 2023. Tables start at $350,000. That's over $250,000 for a table. Can we all just let that sink in for a minute? How many celebrities go? We're talking about so much money here. Tables are usually purchased by design houses, brands, or companies, which then choose who they'd like to invite to the table, which requires approval from Wintour too. Hunger Games. Like, what? This is so Hunger Games coded. While only a select group of elite individuals experience the grandeur of the Met Gala, the rest of us are left to wonder what that actually entails. Yes, I would love to know what is costing over $250,000. Of course, there's the famed red carpet and the over-the-top fashion, but here's a peek inside the Met's walls to see the cocktails, menus, exhibits, and exclusive performances attendees get to witness. That's a deposit on a house. That's a deposit on a nice house, but that's a deposit on the house nonetheless. Okay, so for some reason, I completely skipped over the fact that their whole seating plan basically has business in mind. So they actually spend a good month, I think, before the Met Gala sorting out who's going to be with who's going to be sat next to who, to make good business opportunities. And it's very much if you have been invited to the Met Gala, then you're in. Like, you're in. You're one of the elite now, guys. You're definitely in on this. And they try and sit you next to people that you'd have good chat with and that you'd make good business with. It very much is a way of them trying to build partnerships, which obviously will make them richer. So you can look at this as a kind of party/business opportunity, which, I mean, I don't know. How do you guys feel about that? It's kind of obvious that it is a business opportunity, that these people are paying a lot of money to get in to make more money. It's all just a big money-making machine. So stupid. Our ideal pairing would maybe be two people who we think will just get on like a house on fire, but who may not even realise that they have a lot in common. Like, oh god. Once inside, they mingle during cocktail hour. And of course, it wouldn't be cocktail hour without the drinks. No, of course. Like, who wrote this? Of course not. Cocktail hour, drinks. Yes, I think we understand the premise. Guests also have the opportunity to view the Met's exhibit during cocktail hour. And after cocktail hour, guests take their seats for a formal dinner. And there's also surprise performances. Then And then there's a party, and then there's an after party. They're all paying for a massive party, which we get to bear witness them walking into. That's basically the vibe. But what I'm trying to get at is that is a severely large amount of money, and I'm really surprised that nobody is picking this one apart. But maybe I'm missing something. Like, am I missing something? Is there a need to get that amount of money for the Metropolitan of Art things? The situation though is that the people that tend to be involved with this kind of thing already have a lot of money, so surely they could just donate on their own free will. Why I'm just curious why any of this would cost that amount of money. Yeah, fair enough, it's their money, they can do what they want with it. But then when you then have the same celebrities that are turning around being like, buy this, buy that, buy me this, buy me that, and then not sparing any of that money to actually go to good use, but then seemingly it's fine, it's absolutely fine just to like blow 75k on literally a dinner with some drinks, a cocktail hour with some clothes. Yeah, I think more people need to really be talking about it.
Are the people that are still tuning into these celebrity events? Because right now with the Met Gala going on, I literally cannot stomach watching that while I know what's happening in Rotha right now. Hollywood's inhumanity has been so noticeable over the last couple months, and it's actually horrifying. And not just that, because that's bad enough on its own, but also the class divide right now. While all of us struggle to make ends meet and feed ourselves, can't afford homes, they're out there in these extravagant outfits, extravagant parties, and we sit here and we go, wow, wouldn't that be neat? Why are we still giving these people the time of the day? I understand appreciating actors for their art and appreciating singers for their art, but why do we need 13 events every year to celebrate how wonderful they are? Why are we still watching these things? It has not escaped people's notice that the celebrities that are not being invited back to these events are the celebrities that are speaking up about what is happening. Flaunting your wealth and privilege while other people actively suffer will never be cute or funny. And I am begging more of us to wake up and realize that.
I do feel like people on TikTok are making really good points with this. A lot of people are not very happy with it. And then you also get other people that say, well, why does it matter? It's all part of the fun, da 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 da.
The Met Gala is doing absolutely nothing for me this year. I don't give a fuck about celebrities. I don't want to see them. I don't give a fuck what they're wearing. I don't give a fuck who they came with. I don't give a fuck if they're having a good time. I don't give a fuck what they ate. I don't give a fuck about nobody on that red carpet. Fuck.
Jennifer Lopez is just not getting anywhere with her tickets. She is failing massively. I reckon she's going to pull the plug on quite a lot of her venues. I believe she had already cancelled a couple of her shows, but maybe that was somebody else. But yeah, she's not doing very well. I don't really know what to think about the whole Hunger Games Met Gala situation. I like Tyler's choice of outfit. Jennifer Lopez was just wearing stuff that I'd literally always seen. Like, in my own opinion, she was born in that outfit. Like, I only ever see her wear that outfit. I hope you guys have a wonderful day wherever you are in this world. Take care of each other, take care of yourselves, and I will catch up with you guys in the next video.